Hello everyone. I want to make a quick review of these Mike's Mighty Good Craft Ramen chicken flavor. Now last time I reviewed the beef flavor, and although they were good, I just felt that there was nothing particularly mighty good about them. I mean, they just taste like, or the other ones tasted like decent beef flavored ramen. Considering these containers cost $2 to $3, which is 2 to 3 times the price of your standard kind of a cup or bowl of ramen you can buy anywhere, I just didn't really see the reason of purchasing this over anything else. They have 780 milligrams of sodium, which is, I mean, considering how small this container is, it's a decent amount. But overall, like I said, the other ones were good. It's just, why pay so much more money for this? And also, they weren't particularly mighty good. They were fine. They were good. I liked them, but there was just nothing particularly special about it. So let's take a look and see what's inside. A little packet. Got some noodles. So you can see there don't seem to be too many in there. Pretty small amount. Got some oil, so let's add the oil here. And the seasoning. Usually I go with around half or 3/4. In this case I'll go with 3/4. Alright, seems to be about 3/4. Now, these ramen say to close them and add boiling water for 6 minutes, which is more than most. Usually it's around 3 or 4 minutes, but this one says 6. So let's give it a try. Maybe it's because the noodles, they look fairly thick. I'm trying to not open the top too much so I can keep it closed. But as you can see, the noodles are much thicker than your standard ramen. Alright, I've added the boiling hot water. Let's give it 6 minutes. Alright, it's been 6 minutes. Let's give these a test. Let's give them a little bit of a mix. Wow, their noodles feel very, very hard. Actually, I feel like they need at least 2, maybe even 3 more minutes. This is, considering it took 6 minutes to have these sit in the boiling water, really, as you can tell, they just don't appear to be done at all. Alright, you know what? I'm going to let these sit for 2 more minutes. Right, so it's now been 8 minutes in total. It's quite a long time for some simple cup ramen. Alright, they still feel pretty stiff. It's honestly quite odd. As I said, the noodles are much thicker than normal. Let me give the broth a taste. Just try that out. Feels pretty mild. But good. It actually has this one, unlike the beef flavored one, it just has a very standard beef packet taste, kind of like any one of the ramen. But this one, it actually has a bit of a real chicken flavored soup taste, I must say. It's mild, it's not strong. It doesn't have that kind of chemically, it has more of a creamy taste actually. Something I didn't really expect. It really just doesn't have that standard ramen spice pack kind of mass-produced taste. It has a normal soup taste. very pleasant. Like as I said, it's not very strong. It's very mild, but it tastes natural. It tastes smooth. It tastes good. I don't really feel like I'm eating kind of junk food or something that's super cheap out of a container with 780 milligrams of salt. As I said, I added about, probably actually more like 80% of all the seasoning, so I'm just gonna put whatever is left in there. But either way, it's not spicy, so I feel like adding what I just added it's not like some other soups where I'll make it spicier or kind of have that, I'm not sure how to describe it other than like a almost chemical-like taste that most of these type of ramen have. Expect this to just taste a bit more creamy. So I must say, this is pretty good, and it's slightly different than anything else I've tried. It's all the ones I've reviewed had that standard ramen taste, and this is the only one that does not. It also has these very thick noodles. They're clearly not done yet, but I'm just gonna give them a try. Might as well see what it is. Yeah, they're not done at all. This is, honestly, this is kind of a fail. This needs to be done over. Should be adding more boiling hot water in. Yeah, they're not done at all. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually just gonna add more boiling hot water. There's the kettle. More boiling hot water and wait 3 more minutes. Alright, it has now been 11 minutes in total. Obviously adding the hot water at the end there is not completely fair, as the soup overall has cooled down a bit, but I still wanted to give it a try. This is 11 minutes. Alright, you can see the ramen is actually falling apart now. It's not one big chunk that's stuck together. Interesting. Let's give it a try. Alright, it still needs a little more to go, but the ramen is good. It is very, very thick. It's something you don't traditionally see in kind of a simple cup of ramen soup. These noodles are good. They really, as I said earlier, they have an actual soup taste to them. Something that you would get at a restaurant or something that you would get at a noodle shop. The broth tastes milky, it tastes creamy, it tastes smooth, has a very, very small hint of lime. Very good. And clearly this is not a lot of food. I mean, you can see the noodles are thick, but it's still not a lot. This is like a small snack. But compared to the beef flavor is just a slightly better, pretty much standard beef flavored soup. So I get a bit of a cold today, so. So I just want to say, these are definitely a good choice. So these are my 2 cents. I guess this review didn't go quite as well, but in some ways that's interesting. I witnessed something that's kind of surprising, a ramen taste that I don't normally see in a simple ramen cup or a bag or something you buy for $1 to $3. And if you were to add meat or something else, you doctor this with vegetables, anything you want, you can make this into a very, very good soup. And if you gave this to someone and didn't have any kind of ramen cup or anything like that, you could easily fool them into thinking this is a premium quality soup that you made or got somewhere else. So yeah, I highly recommend this one. The beef flavor really was nothing to say about, but this one, check it out. You might be surprised.